river, run, run through the hills. Run, river, run to the sea. Run, river, run to your place beneath the sun. Run, river, run over me. Run.
Hi, this is Jan Lewis. Welcome to be my guest. Today we have from Worcester today the Ecotarium, which is a very fun place. I've been there at least 3 times. It's a lot of fun. Rachel Davison is with us, and Rachel is the zoological manager there. Welcome, Rachel.
Thank you for
How
having me.
long have you been there?
I've been there almost 3 years.
That's a good time.
Yeah.
Nowadays, people don't stay long.
I know, yeah.
And that's
yeah.
really good.
Been
Did
really
you
good.
major in zoology at college? Or?
So I actually majored in wildlife conservation biology. So pretty similar.
Yeah.
Wildlife focused, yeah.
I know that over at, I think it's at the West Hill Dam in Uxbridge, they have a wildlife focus there.
Okay.
Something like that. They've had some programs that are really, really good.
Yeah.
That Ecotarium is amazing. It's a lot bigger than I think a lot of people realize.
It is, yeah.
Is the train still there?
So the train is still there, although we don't currently have it up and running. It's kind of hopefully something in discussion at the moment. We're just kind of weighing financially whether it makes sense to run it this year because it's been closed since the start of the pandemic. So we're hoping. It's super popular. Everyone loves the train. So I think it would be valuable to get it back in.
I have yet to
up and
ride
running.
that.
Oh, yes.
They used to tell me all about. I know you walk in the front there, and you could actually. There's a place where you walk. We brought friends, and one of them didn't want to do it. You could actually look through the glass down.
Yes.
Through the floor.
Yes.
Why do they do that?
It gives you a nice view of things. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's at the very top level in our Mount Washington exhibit. So yeah, you just can look straight down and see the whole museum, which is
Do you
kind
still
of
have a polar bear there?
Don't have a polar bear. So we actually, the polar bear died in about 2014, and in the revisioning of that space, we created a mountain lion habitat.
Ooh.
So we have 2 mountain lions now.
A mated pair or 2 buddies?
Brother and sister.
Oh, okay.
So they actually got to the museum in April of 2019.
Yeah.
So they've been there now a little over 2 years. They are about 2.5 at this point. They came when they were only 4
Cubs.
months.
They're cubs.
Yeah. They were little tiny kittens. They were only about 30 pounds.
Mm-hmm.
And they were actually found wandering in California. So they were found outside the San Francisco area, actually.
Yeah.
And they were tracked by California Fish and Wildlife for a couple days. They were deemed to be without their mom, so they were orphaned. Most likely got hit by a car in that area, but potentially shot by a hunter or forest fires.
Yeah.
And then because they were orphaned, they were taken in by Fish and Wildlife and actually brought to the Oakland Zoo. And they rehabbed them back to health, and then they flew, and I picked them up at Logan Airport, which was super cool. So they'll be with us forever. Mountain lions stay with their mom for about 2 years, so when they are orphaned, they cannot be re-released because they just don't know how to survive. They won't know how to hunt, hide from predators, so that is why they are with us. So
Did you have to bottle feed them for a while?
No, they were past that point.
Oh,
so,
how did they survive, though? Oh, the people who took them in?
Yeah, so they were taken in about 2 months of age. So they were mostly probably off milk at that point, but they did get some milk as a part of their diet. But when they came to us, they were eating solid food.
I wonder what happened to the mom.
Yeah, it's really common in California. There are a lot of mountain lions, and there is a lot of people. So tons of issues with human-wildlife conflict there. And mountain lions are big animals. They require huge home ranges. So as more and more people move into spaces, we build more highways, more, trains, everything, they are losing their corridors, their ways to get safely from place to place. So in California, it's really common to see mountain lions get killed by car strikes. There's just so many highways and so many cars, and they're kind of just losing their space. But they've actually adapted really well to living in and among humans.
We've seen what, I think there are foxes and what's that wildcat thing?
Bobcats around here.
My husband saw a moose years ago out in front of the lawn.
Really? in
Upton,
yeah.
We've had a bear going.
Yeah, the bears are coming back. They're a lot more common in Massachusetts, but even mountain lions have been. There's rumors that they're in the state. There's at least been evidence of scat, but generally, and in I guess it was about 8 years ago at this point, a mountain lion was hit by a car on I-95 in Connecticut.
Yeah.
But they're not cats that are established here. They're generally adult males who have wandered from like the Midwest Dakota area, and they're just kind of looking for more territory. And the hope is that someday mountain lions are back in the Northeast. They used to be native to here, which is why we have them at the Ecotarium and can tell their story. But as settlers came in, people saw them as threats to their livestock, which unfortunately happens a lot. Yeah. And so they were just kind of extirpated in this area, generally by hunters, but also just losing extensive ranges. So, but there's a lot of evidence that reintroducing mountain lions to this region, or having more bears or wolves, apex predators, are really valuable to an ecosystem. Yeah. You have to have every single part of an ecosystem to be healthy. And
they got the gun nuts out there. Oh yeah, well let's take this one out.
Exactly, and that's a huge problem because then we are overpopulated with prey animals like deer, especially in the Northeast. Deer populations are so out of control that there are more car strikes with deer, which injure people. Lyme disease is a big problem. So there's actually like direct evidence that introducing apex predators would be like healthy for public health, public safety, which is pretty cool.
We're talking to Rachel Davison, and she is a zoological manager at the Ecotarium over in Worcester. Is that Harrington Way?
Yes.
What number?
222.
Okay, so you're going down the hill.
Yep.
It's on the right. You're coming from Worcester Center.
If you're coming from Worcester Center, coming up a hill, taking a right onto Harrington, and then it will be on the left.
Okay,
the Ecotarium sign.
And then I know it's a driveway goes around.
Yep.
And then you go, and then you walk in, and I think it looks like this. Is there a hawk stuffed owl? Is there a real owl watching?
Yes, there are real owls and a bald eagle.
Ooh. Yes. Now, Rachel brought 2 surprises today.
I did.
Tell us about your critters.
Yeah. So, you said I'm the manager of our zoo department, so we take care of all the animals. So we have a lot of live animals at the Ecotarium, which probably not a lot of people know. But we have a lot that are out on exhibit, like our mountain lions and otters and fox and birds of prey. We also have a lot of education animals that are used for education programming, so with schools or with guests. So I actually have a couple of our behind-the-scenes education animals. So these guys aren't in view for the public, but they're used a lot for programming. If we wanted to meet one.
Go for it. Yeah,
okay.
Let's see the critters.
Okay.
So that's the chipmunk?
This is our chipmunk. This is Frank. So actually, I have my treats out there.
You have your what? Treats?
I have some treats for him, which I meant to bring in.
So hang on a second.
We'll grab those.
Okay.
So
these look like Grandma's false teeth. So you got treats for him?
We have treats.
Yeah.
So Frank is an eastern chipmunk.
Frank the chipmunk.
Frank the chipmunk. He's gone and buried himself inside of his blankets. So the reason that Frank is at the Ecotarium.
Oh, will he let you pick him up?
Yeah, so he is imprinted, meaning that he was raised by humans and has become too used to them.
Can you get that, Paul? Can you zero in on Frank?
So he's going to eat a peanut for us. Oh, you might want to run away with it.
How old is he?
So he is less than a year old. He's about 9 months now.
How'd you catch him?
I didn't catch him. So he came from a rehabber on Long Island. So actually he was found as a baby. He needed to be taken and raised, and because of that he got really used to humans and could not be released. So that's sometimes animals that are injured for whatever reason or too young to survive on their own are taken in by wildlife rehabbers.
Right.
And they are generally rehabbed, but they're not always re-releasable.
That looks like a peanut.
He's eating a peanut, yeah, which is a nice special treat for him.
So he goes right through the shell of the peanut.
Oh yeah. So he's a rodent. So he has really strong teeth. Peanut's not that hard to get through, but he can also get through a whole almond.
Does he live alone at the Ecotarium?
He does live alone. As a male chipmunk, they are kind of, they're not super social species other than if they were kept like in a family group.
Oh.
Do you want more? There's some more.
He talks.
He does talk. He has a lot to say. So he, because of the fact that he had to be
oh my God.
rehabbed, I just don't want to leave him here. He's super
Can you
loud.
hear him?
So generally he presents on like a table, but I didn't think we would have a table here, so it's a little more risky for him to be just sitting in my hand. But
you could put that, you could put him on your, like a thing on your lap and can
he might just go right back
He
in.
might just go to his, yes, that's a hamster cage, isn't it? Like,
Yeah, I mean, it could be used for a hamster
he's
cage.
related to
There you go.
hamsters, isn't he?
Yeah, so like I said, yeah, he's a rodent. So he, mice, rats, hamsters, all that stuff. He's a member of the squirrel family. So really strong teeth that can get through nuts. And most people probably see chipmunks in their backyard. So,
Is that all he eats? Is nuts? That's it?
he eats nuts, he eats fruits, he eats vegetables, he eats a specially formulated diet called Rodent Block that's really good for rodents and has everything they need.
Does he drink water at all?
He drinks water. He lives, this is just his little traveling case, but he lives in a big habitat in our animal room with all of our other education animals. We have a pigeon back there, an opossum, we have a flying squirrel, lots of turtles, which I also brought.
She brought a turtle,
one of our
too.
box turtles.
Now, what's his or her name?
This is Mandarin. He's an eastern box turtle, also native. He can just kind of roam around. I don't know if you can get him, but he'll just do his own thing. He, totally lose him. But,
Can you guys see him?
Yeah, we can
Say hi.
This is Mandarin.
How old is this dude?
He's 36.
What?
Yes, so he's young. Box turtles can live to be about 100. I think there a few years ago, actually, on Long Island, a box turtle that had been marked in like 1901 was found.
Yeah.
Turtles are known for being really long-lived species too. But these guys are native to Massachusetts. They're really cool. They're turtles, but they're more like a tortoise in the fact that they have that super rounded shell, and they're more adapted to life on land than in the water.
Should I pick him up?
I can grab them. But these guys are cool. They're actually endangered locally to Massachusetts, so they
Do
are.
they go in the water at all?
These guys don't really swim. They're better at living on land. They're found in like meadowed areas. I've only seen one once in the wild, actually, and it was really special.
Where'd they find him?
So he actually, I'm honestly not sure exactly when he came to us. He most likely as well came to us due to the fact that he had to be rehabbed for some sort of reason. So what's cool about the Ecotarium is that about, I would say 80% of our animals are there because of an injury or some reason that they were not able to survive in the wild. So
How does he breathe in a case like that?
he has holes. He's got some
holes?
holes. Yeah.
Rachel, how can people get a hold of you and learn more about the Ecotarium?
Yeah, so you can go to ecotarium.org and find out more about the Ecotarium in general. You can email me at rdavison@ecotarium.org if you're interested in anything about our animal care. And our main line is 508-929-2700.
What are the hours and days now?
Yeah, so right now we did just reopen about a month ago, and we're only open weekends at the moment. Friday, Saturday, Sunday. 9 to 5. So we are currently only have our outdoor grounds open, but that's going to change July 9th. We just announced everything will be open inside.
The gift shop too?
Gift shop.
I love the gift shop.
Yes, the gift shop is great. Yep, the gift shop will open. We do have food service outside right now, which is nice. But yes, currently 10 to 5, Saturday, Sunday, Friday, Saturday.
What is the admission fee?
The admission fee right now is $19 for adults, but we do have a option to pay less because we only have the outside grounds open. There is a different option, so you can pay the full price, or I think there is a $10 option at the moment too.
Very good. Are kids a little bit less, or the same thing?
Kids are a little bit less. I'm not 100% sure of the exact amount.
So you come in, you park, and you don't go inside, but you can come up and around, and they'll let you know how to...
Oh yeah, so there's an info tent right when you arrive, right where you park, and all of our animal habitats are open outside. Our Bubbles is opening.
A bubble?
It's called our Bubbles exhibit. It's very exciting. It's super interactive, tons of bubbles. It's basically just like a whole Dawn dish soap
Didn't that used to be
extravaganza.
was that inside? I went on something, and it blows your clothes up or something.
Oh, that's in our Mount Washington exhibit, yeah.
Oh, okay.
You get like a wind force
Yeah.
of Mount Washington. Yeah, it's fun.
A bubble, like they have at birthday parties sometimes?
Yeah, it's really big, like trays of bubbles, ways to like make bubbles. It's a lot of fun. People love it. So
What's your favorite part?
my favorite part is obviously the animals, because that's what I work with every day. And even when we were closed, we were there every day taking care of them because they're live animals. They still need care every single day of the year. So, I'm really passionate about the animals we have and kind of what they can teach about the public in the backyards in Massachusetts. we have a lot of cool animals around here. And
Yeah, we see a rabbit or two, and then suddenly they're gone, and we figure, oh God, the coyote guy.
oh, there's so many of them though. Yeah.
We saw a baby hopping across.
Oh, cute.
But where's Mom? You know.
Yeah.
Where do the rabbits live? Do they we have a lot of brush piles in the back? Do they make little homes?
Yeah, they could. They generally get like little dens underground, but it could be in a brush pile. Really good at covering things with grass. So when you mow your lawn in the summer, always be aware of looking for piles of grass, because there's sometimes baby bunnies. Yeah.
Rachel, did you know when you were a kid this is what you wanted to do?
I actually always did want to be a zookeeper, so that was kind of my dream, and going to college for this degree was kind of just something that I knew I wanted to work towards. And it's a tricky field sometimes to get into, because there's just only so many zoos and in places that have, or museums with animals, so it can be a lot of work. A lot of people don't realize you need a 4-year college degree and a lot of experience to get into those positions. So
where'd you go? Which college?
University of Rhode Island.
Oh, URI. They
Yeah.
have the what do you call it? Wildlife. What's the title of the major that you have?
Wildlife conservation, biology.
Wildlife conservation. So you would recommend?
Yeah.
Did you live on campus, or did you just?
I did.
You did.
I did. Yeah.
That's half the fun.
And off campus as well. Which
Oh, that's cool. So
But
growing up, did you have pets? Lots of animals?
I did. My mom was really nice to me and let me have a lot of weird animals.
I do.
You know, we always had a dog or a cat, but then, you know, I had mice and lizards and fish.
You had a
and,
lizard?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's so
fish.
cool. I like, I had 2 fish, Ringo and George. And one time they fell out of their, I don't know what happened, out of their little thing there.
Yeah.
And I scooped them up and they lived.
Yeah.
Put them back in. And we had a cat. And I think through my life, I've had at least about 3-4 guinea pigs.
Oh, yeah, they're sweet.
I love the guinea pigs. Do you have anything like guinea pigs over there?
We did used to have guinea pigs, but we actually they went to another facility recently. And just because we're trying to move towards only native species in our animal habitat, so we actually, Mandarin now lives where the guinea pigs used to live. It's now a box turtle habitat, so. But, yeah.
We've had Southwick Zoo on, and through the years, let's see, she brought a parrot.
Yeah.
That parrot is still alive. And then we've had, I think it was I called it a menopausal turtle. It's a big old turtle.
Yes. Oh, so this isn't the first turtle to have been.
But this is the smallest. And then she had what are those little, not chinchilla, maybe it was a chinchilla.
Chinchilla? Yeah, we have one chinchilla, actually.
Something tried taking off down the hall where we were, and it was funny.
Yeah, well, that probably Frank, if left to his own devices, would probably take off down the hallway.
So now the mountain lions that you have, it's a brother and a sister.
Yep.
Now, do they know their brother and sister, and they can't?
Yeah, they're super bonded. They love each other so much. So, I mean, they've been together their whole lives, and mountain lions are generally solitary cats. There is some recent evidence that they're a little more social, sharing food and that sort of thing. But generally, if you have big cats under human care, like in a zoo or a museum, they are generally solitary unless they've grown up together. And that's the case of our 2 mountain lions. They're just super bonded, brothers and sisters. They're with each other every day, all the time.
Will they mate?
No, so we actually neutered our male, so they are unable to mate.
Okay. Well, what about her when she goes into her time?
Yeah, we'll see. You know, she's just about reaching that
puberty.
Exactly that time.
Yeah.
So you know, we'll see, but they will be unable to mate. So.
We ran into that with our own cat at home. She wasn't that old. Our boy cat's he's fixed. And she began yelling and crying. They're indoor cats.
Yeah.
And we're like, oh, geez.
Yeah.
So we took her to the vet. He said, she's got precocious puberty. She's kind of young for this. We had her fixed. But I kind of regret it. I wish she'd had 1 litter, and we have friends we could have given the baby, and then had her fixed.
Yeah.
And it's an experience to have baby cats.
Yes.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, no, I mean, it was really cool when they came in, and they were still, they were only, no, they weren't at that age. They were 30 pounds, so they were like about this big.
Yeah.
Mountain lions are really tall, lanky, long cats. But at this point, our male is about 120 pounds, and our female is about 75. So they have grown. They're still growing. They might gain a few more pounds. Mountain lions are not really big cats. They're actually considered small cats, but they're the biggest of the small cats. So males can typically range to be like 130 to 150. Females, like 80 to 100 or so is average. So they might grow a little bit more, but they are definitely our biggest animals at the Ecotarium.
What part of the Ecotarium are they at?
So if people are familiar where our polar bear used to be, we just have a brand new mountain lion habitat. So really big, beautiful habitat, plenty of places to climb and hide. They are down kind of towards, if you keep walking down our nature trail past our fox, you'll find them, along with some birds of prey and ravens.
You have a fox.
The fox is still there, yes.
What is that? When you come up to the parking lot, and I can see the birds of prey. What is it? An owl or what is it?
Yes, we have 2 barred owls up there, and then across the way a bald eagle.
Yeah, people ought to know. We're talking with Rachel Davison, and she's the zoological manager over at the Ecotarium in Worcester, and it's a great place to take your family. It really, really is. It's a lot of fun. And it's what Harrington Way?
222.
222 Harrington Way. You really can't miss it as you're going down. You see it. And the hours are now just Friday through Sunday.
Yep.
9 to 5. And you bring the kids. You just can't go inside yet. What about if the kid has to go to the potty?
Oh, we have bathrooms. Oh, goodness.
Oh, he got out of it.
Wow. Yeah, but that's creepy. I guess.
Mercedes the turtle?
Even turtles, even mandarins trying to. Hey.
He got out of his little he wanted to be interviewed. That's what this is all about.
Yeah.
So Rachel, again, how can they get a hold of you?
So my email is rdavison@ecotarium.org, but if you're looking for just general information about the museum, it's ecotarium.org and 508-929-2700.
And you've been there a few months. How long now?
I've been there for 3 years.
Oh, 3 years, okay.
Yeah.
And you love it. You must love it.
I love it, yeah.
Oh.
It's a great place. It's really cool that it's not just, my career has been in zoos, and it's really cool to be in a place that's a zoo and a museum, planetarium.
I've been in the planetarium.
Yeah.
It really gets black in there. It's dark, and you're looking up and you're seeing. I took the kids there, all the different. You've been in there, right?
Oh yeah. And actually, it's we have a big grant going on right now to kind of redo the whole planetarium. New seating, new screens. So hopefully that construction is starting this fall.
A new planetarium?
Well, a refurbishing.
A refurbishing of it?
Yeah.
I remember. Are the chairs kind of like in a arc?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I remember that. And you had to wait outside. You had to wait your turn to get in. There's a certain amount of it was packed.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That's back then.
It's weird for me to sometimes recall how things used to be because it's been about a year since we were at full capacity.
Yeah.
But it's really exciting right now to have reopened last month because we were in a dormancy period to kind of get through some of the worst of the second COVID wave and.
In July, you're opening for.
July will be completely open. Everything will be open, which will be just great.
Do you have to wear a mask if you're coming just now?
That's a great question. We should talk about that. So if you are outside starting Friday, you do not need to wear a mask because of the new kind of order in Massachusetts. So if you're outside enjoying the grounds, it's okay to be mask-free, but have your mask with you because our animals are not vaccinated against COVID.
Okay.
So our mountain lions, our otters, and our fox, all of our mammals are susceptible to COVID and can still contract the virus. So it's important to put your mask on when you are watching
I got it.
the animals.
I love otters. Did you just say you have otters?
We do. We have 2 North American river otters.
In the swimming pool?
Yes, they have a very big pool.
Oh.
Yeah, but otters can be very susceptible to coronaviruses and other viruses that humans can get. So it's important to put your mask on for our animals because they cannot get vaccinated.
That's interesting. Can we feed anybody there or no?
Not at the moment. We're hoping maybe, come the fall to kind of start up some programs again. Our real hope was to get actually an otter program where guests could feed them.
Yeah.
So maybe come the fall, we're hoping to do something like that.
Is that a fish type of thing you feed them?
They love fish.
A
yes.
real fish?
Not a real, well, it was real once, but it's frozen and defrosted at this
So
point.
he doesn't know that it's dead.
yeah, exactly.
The fishy. So,
but and when we do open up inside, most likely masks will have to be still being worn at that point inside because we are an educational facility and there's kids, and kids cannot get the vaccine either.
Didn't they used to have overnights there?
Yeah, called night journeys. So, hopefully maybe by this fall, students will be able to be back on site sleeping in the museum.
The gift shop. Absolutely. I could have spent hours in there. They have books in there too.
Yep. Yeah, we have some good stuff in that gift shop.
I love it.
And we sell animal painting. So a lot of our animals paint. So they're trained to paint. So our mountain lions push a paintbrush around with their noses. Our red fox does the same thing, but with paws. We do paintings by our skunks and our opossums with their paw prints. So we sell those in our gift shop, and that's a great way to support all of our resident animals and their care.
I thought you were going to say they're individual artists from this area, but these are
our animals. Yes,
these are the animals.
Yes, these are the animals that are artists. Yeah.
How did you get them to stay put to put paint on their paws?
Well, some animals is a little different. Some animals we target them, so it's called a target pull. It's a really common training technique where an animal trained to touch their nose to it, and so you can kind of move them around with that. So they'll walk their paws through the paint, and then we can set up canvases. Yeah. But animals, our otters, our mountain lions, and our red foxes, actually we attach a paintbrush to like a piece of PVC, and they have just the PVC end within their space, and they're asked to paint, and what we'll do is like hold a canvas up, and the cats will and the otters use their noses or their paws to kind of move the paintbrush, and we can kind of catch it with the canvas, and Socks the fox just bats at the paintbrush. And
so they relate to the word paint.
Yes, it's a trained behavior. So we're really, all of our animals get trained. It's really important to train your animals in this field because they need to be able to participate in their own medical care. So a lot of people, when they bring their dogs to the vets, their dogs can be scared. They might have to kind of restrain them for something like a blood draw. A lot of our animals are trained voluntarily to accept their vaccines, blood draw, and this is really important when you work with large wild animals to be able to participate in their own care.
This has been fun having Rachel. We've got to sign off. Okay, so the Ecotarium in Worcester.
Yes.
It's open Friday, Saturday, and Sunday now on the outside.
Yep, outside's only 10 to 5.
Yep.
Starting July 9th, we will be open everything, inside, outside.
Okay, so it's $19, but you can do 10.
Yep, there is a lower pay price right now for just being outside, and kids are...
the turtle looks like he wants to go
in. Yeah.
He's trying to get out.
Frank's just asleep. And so you can... Children are less. There is a student discount and that sort of thing, too. We always have a membership price. So members, if you pay for your membership, you get in for free, which is really exciting.
How can they get a hold of you?
Yes, you can get a hold of me at rdavison@ecotarium.org, or you can go to ecotarium.org and kind of learn about the Ecotarium in general, or 508-929-2700. And
they can ask for you, Rachel Davison.
Oh yeah, you definitely ask for me. Yep.
Do you ever go otherwhere, but besides television? Do you appear at different places?
We go to schools. Yeah. Or we did go to schools, and hopefully in the future again we'll go to schools and do more in-person programming.
Because I can think of a zillion schools that would love to have you.
Oh, it's so cool to bring animals, and absolutely.
Thank you, Rachel, for being with us.
Yeah.
And one of the hottest days so far.
Yes, yeah.
We're going to get AC in here. See you next time. I'll be my guest.
Then it seems moving through the cloudless sky, heading out toward the moon. I am dancing to the lunar tune. Life goes by